Oh, hello, fellow book enthusiasts. Welcome back to Supreme Book Dealer. My name is Wes, and today we're diving head first into the heart-pounding world of dystopian fiction as we review a book that had the whole literary world buzzing just a few years back. We're talking about Divergent by Veronica Roth. If you're a fan of action-packed dystopian adventures and strong female protagonists, you're in for a treat. But before we jump into the review, let me give you a quick overview. Divergent is set in a dystopian society divided into 5 factions, each representing a different virtue. We have Abnation, which is selflessness; Amity, which is peacefulness; Candor, which is honesty; Dauntless, which is bravery; and Erudite, which is intelligence. And at the age of 16, every individual must undergo an aptitude test to determine which faction they are best suited for. Then they have to choose whether to stay in their family's faction or transfer to a new one. And the story follows Beatrice, Triss, Pryor, a 16-year-old girl born into the Abnation faction. During her aptitude test, Triss discovers that she is in fact divergent. And what that means is she possesses qualities suited for multiple factions, a dangerous secret in her society. Triss chooses to leave Abnation and join Dauntless, where she undergoes rigorous training alongside other initiates to prove herself worthy of belonging. And as Triss navigates the challenges of initiation, she faces internal and external conflicts, including rivalry with her fellow initiates and the growing tension between factions. She also develops a romantic connection with her instructor, Four, who harbors secrets of his own. Meanwhile, simmering unrest between factions threatens to erupt into violence, especially as Erudite leader Janine Matthews seeks to consolidate power and eliminate divergence. Triss finds herself caught in the middle of a dangerous conspiracy, forced to confront her own fear and make difficult choices to protect herself and those she cares about. As the tension reaches its peak, Triss discovers the truth about her society's origins and the dark secrets hidden beneath its seemingly perfect facade. In a daring act of rebellion, she and her allies take a stand against oppression and fight for a future where individuals are free to embrace their true selves. Divergent is a thrilling tale of identity, courage, and resilience, exploring themes of conformity, rebellion, and the conscience of power. It's a story that challenges readers to question authority and embrace their own uniqueness in a world that seeks to control and divide. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into the review. One thing I love about Divergent is the world building. One of its standout features is the compelling world building and the concept of factions. Roth creates a society with a strict, regimented structure, and each faction represents a unique set of values and beliefs. The descriptions of the Dauntless, Erudite, Abnation, Amity, and Candor factions make the world come alive and set the stage for a gripping narrative. The character development in Divergent is top notch. We witness Triss's transformation from a timid Abnation initiate to a brave and strong individual. Her journey is relatable and inspiring, and she's a fantastic multi-dimensional protagonist. The relationships she forms with characters like Four add strong depth to the story and make it even more engaging. The book also dives into several thought-provoking themes such as identity, such as conformity, and the consequences of societal division. At its core, Divergent is a thrilling, action-packed story. The training simulations, faction initiation challenges, and the overall pace keep you on the edge of your seat and on your toes. Roth's writing style is clear and concise, which makes the book accessible to a broad broad audience, including young adult and adult readers. Her narrative flows smoothly, and the first-person perspective adds an intimate touch to the story. Divergent is a page-turner that's really hard to put down once you start. While Divergent by Veronica Roth is widely praised for its engaging plot, dynamic characters, and thought-provoking themes, some readers and critics have pointed out a few potential drawbacks to the book. Here are some cons that are often mentioned. It's a simplistic world building. Some readers find the world building in Divergent to be somewhat simplistic or lacking in depth compared to other dystopian novels. The explanation of the factions and the societies and structure may feel oversimplified or unrealistic to some readers. I might myself disagree. I love the factions in the book. Predictable plot twists. Some readers feel that certain plot twists and revelations in Divergent are predictable and formulaic, detracting from the original suspense and surprise factor of the story. I can kind of agree with that negative. I do believe that. Romantic subplot dominance. While romance can be a compelling element in YA fiction, some readers feel that the romantic subplot between Triss and Ford takes up too much focus in the story, overshadowing other potentially interesting plots and themes. Now, I do agree with that sentiment. I do think that the romance between Triss and Ford does play such a major part, maybe too much of a major part in this book, and it does kind of detract you or distract you from other very interesting plot lines. There are very stereotypical characters in this book. Critics have argued that the characters in Divergent adhere to such YA tropes and stereotypes such as the chosen one, protagonist, the brooding love interest, and the villainous authority figure, which may feel cliched and one-dimensional to some readers. There's also some pacing issues. A few readers have noted pacing issues in Divergent, particularly in the middle portion of the book, where the pacing may slow down a little too much, leading to moments of stagnation or dragging in the narrative. And this one is the lack of diversity. While the book features characters from different factions, some readers have criticized the lack of diversity in terms of race, ethnicity, and sexual orientation among the main characters, which may make the story feel less inclusive to some readers. It's important to note that these cons are subjective and may not necessarily detract from everyone's enjoyment of the book. Many readers still find Divergent to be compelling and entertaining despite these potential drawbacks. So what is my overall impression of Divergent? I think Divergent is a gripping dystopian novel with a kick-ass heroine, intriguing world building, and an exciting plot that will keep you hooked from the first to the last page. Isn't my favorite book of all time? No, but it is a solid read and it is enjoyable and it's fun. I would rate Divergent a 7 out of 10. Thank you for joining me in this review of Divergent by Veronica Roth. If you've read the book, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't read it yet, what are you waiting for? I hope this review has piqued your interest. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay updated on more book reviews and literary discussions here on Supreme Book Dealer. As always, be well and keep reading. I'll catch you next time. Peace.